Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a zombie horror film named Apocalypse. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie opens up with a news broadcast about the kidnapping of a journalist named Kate. It states that she is kidnapped by a suspected terrorist organization while doing her job. She has been kidnapped for 3 months. It is believed that the terrorist kidnapped her as revenge for exposing their barbaric actions. Meanwhile, Kate is still tied up in an enclosed room somewhere. The kidnapper removes his mask as he approaches her. She opens up her eyes and sees that her partner is shot to death. She pretends to be helpless as the kidnapper tries to abuse her. As the kidnapper embraces her using his muscles, she instantly stabs him in the neck, sending him straight to kidnap Jesus. She then manages to free herself. Months later, a certain terrorist group is seen spreading biochemicals across the world. This leads to the spread of virus infection. One of the terrorists shoots himself after spreading the biochemical. Meanwhile, Kate is back to her normal life, whereas she continues to work as a journalist. The newsroom assistant checks on her, but she tells the assistant to leave her alone. After that, the assistant delivers coffee to the newsroom manager. The male anchor asks her for a coffee. He is treating her like nothing since he has a superior position in the newsroom. He humiliates her, which makes her feel bad. The lady anchor gets mad at him for being a bully. Later, Kate's boyfriend, Dave, checks on her. Apparently, she is leaving to make another journalism story. Dave suggests that she does not leave, but despite the trauma after the kidnap incident, she is still passionate about her job as a journalist, so she decides to go on. Somewhere else, a scientist is seen frantically running away. 2 government agents are chasing the scientist. The scientist manages to run through the busy streets. A car explodes in the street after it crashes into the sidewalk. The explosion stops the 2 agents, causing them to lose vision of the scientist. The agent says he knows where the scientist is going, so he tells his partner to continue moving. Meanwhile, there is chaos throughout the city. There are explosions everywhere, and helicopters are seen flying around. It seems that a zombie infection outbreak is spreading everywhere. The scientist arrives at the news broadcast station. He asks for Kate at the receptionist's desk. The 2 agents arrive at the broadcasting station, and they immediately point a gun at the scientist, who points a gun back at them. He tells the receptionist to call Kate right now. Kate leaves her post in the newsroom and asks the manager for permission. It turns out that Kate already featured the scientist back then. The story made her famous as a journalist. In the meantime, Dave meets his brother, sharing that he will marry Kate, but the 2 fall into an argument. After that, Dave hears glass shattering somewhere. He checks around the office and finds the staff stunning into a zombie. The zombie staff then attacks him. He drops to the ground and repeatedly kicks the zombie in the ear, causing its neck to break. The brother comes to the rescue and smashes the head of the zombie, making it fly away like a zombie toy. Dave crushes the head to finish the zombie off. In the broadcasting station, Kate and the assistant walk out of the elevator. The scientist hands over a flash drive to her. She then tells the assistant to take the flash drive upstairs. Meanwhile, the zombie infection is spreading globally. There are zombies menacing the streets throughout the world. In the big city, the zombies are becoming uncontrollable. The police forces have a hard time trying to stop the zombies. Back at the station, the agent is threatening Kate to force her to give back the flash drive. Out of nowhere, police officers walk into the building as they are hiding from the zombies. They are panicking as they have no idea about what's happening. The scientist figures out that the agent must be working for the terrorist group. He says the agent is a spy in government operations. The agent pushes him back, but the scientist reveals that he's already infected by the zombie virus. Accepting his fate, he sends himself to meet Jesus. The agent approaches Kate to ask for the flash drive. In response, she sprays pepper spray on his face. She then rides the elevator that takes her upstairs. Now, the zombies start to flock to the network station. They are smashing the door and are about to destroy it. The agents and the rest of the people walk up the stairs. The zombies soon manage to enter the building. They are slowly marching through the stairs. In the station, a staff opens up the door in the hallways out of panic, allowing zombies to walk forward the building. The staff ends up being eaten by the zombies. The agents and others are still wandering as they find the elevators are locked. The guard calls the janitor to get the keys to the elevator. The janitor arrives to fetch them. The agent kicks the janitor off and rides the elevator. The rest of the group follows. The elevator door closes off, leaving the janitor alone in the hallways. She ends up being eaten by the zombies. Kate eventually arrives in the studio, and the assistant plays the flash drive from the scientist. In the footage, the scientist explains the reason behind the zombie infection. He says that he discovered the zombie virus in the frozen soil of Siberia. The virus appears to be harmless, but it was awakened when put in the rat. The virus killed its host, but at the same time, it keeps the body functioning. The virus causes the body in a state of heightened aggression, which causes it to attack others. The scientist also reveals that he entered into a contract with the government and used the virus to prolong the lives of soldiers, allowing the soldiers to keep fighting in the war. What's more, the virus infection spreads through bodily fluids, driving the infected to eat living human beings. To end a zombie's life, the brain must be destroyed. He then reveals that a terrorist group manages to grab samples from his lab. The terrorists manage to get enough samples to cause the extinction of the human race. It's then revealed that the biochemical scattered by the terrorists earlier is the zombie virus. The scientist says in the video that his data will be soon erased, so Kate should expose it to the world before it can be wiped out. People in the studio do not believe his words at first, but as soon as they see the zombies in the building footage, they begin to take it seriously. The male anchor passes out after seeing the gross zombies. The assistant says they must leave the building immediately, but the manager is afraid of getting exposed outside, so he says that they will stay safe inside the secured studio. He checks the other broadcasting networks, only to find they are all down. Kate says they must put the scientist footage on air to inform the world about the zombie virus. The manager then prepares to broadcast the footage, but it will take an hour to be on air. He then plays the news from independent sources, making them witness the virus spread throughout the world. Meanwhile, Dave and his brother are on their way to Kate. They go to a convenience store to get supplies. There, the zombies are flocking to open up the door. The brother picks up a gun, but it only has 4 bullets. The store owner lets them use his car to escape. The 3 leave the store and drive away to get Kate. Along the way, the brother shoots some zombies. The owner suddenly turns into a zombie and starts attacking them. This causes the car to crash. The 2 go to the docks to find a boat to escape. Dave finds a signal and radios the studio in an attempt to talk with his girlfriend, Kate. Meanwhile, Kate manages to broadcast the reason behind the zombie outbreak. She tells everyone that their first priority right now is to survive. As she speaks on air, the virus infection is getting worse. More and more people are being infected. The electricity supply in the studio goes off, causing everyone to panic. The manager still insists on staying in the studio. Kate suggests they can activate the fuse box in the roof so they can activate the elevator going down. Kate receives a call from her boyfriend. He says that he will come to get her, but she tells him not to come back to the building since it is unsafe. The brother grabs the radio and throws it out. Dave explains to his brother that Kate is pregnant, so he needs to get her. His brother then decides to part ways with him. Kate walks alone to the roof, and zombies begin to chase her along the way. The manager realizes that the security door of the studio will not work without power. At this point, the zombies already manage to enter the studio and chase them down. People in the studio frantically run away to survive, while the others try to fight back. In the meantime, the agents and the others are trapped in the elevator after the power goes off. The receptionist suddenly turns into a zombie and attacks the guard for zombie babies, but the agent shoots it to death before she can impregnate the guard. Kate arrives on the roof and smashes the head of the zombies that try to attack her. After that, she turns the electricity supply on. The studio door locks off again, which secures the remaining staff there. The male anchor is bitten by the zombie, but he denies it. Out of nowhere, the lady anchor smashes his head, leading to his instant death. The elevator works again, and the agents and police officers walk out of it. Kate is calling her boyfriend on the radio, but she receives no response. She walks back into the studio, and the manager says the zombies surround them, so they are trapped. She responds they cannot stay there long, since they will eventually run out of water and food supply. She then convinces everyone that they need to work together to fight back against the zombies outside. Meanwhile, the agent suspects the police officers are becoming a hindrance to their mission. He then forces them to drop their guns. The 2 police officers open the door, and a zombie grabs the other police officer. The police officer immediately helps his partner. The 2 agents walk upstairs, leaving the 2 officers and the staff. The police officers and the staff are planning to run to the roof, but along the way, the other police officer got bitten by the zombie. The staff runs into a horde of zombies and also gets eaten by the zombie. Kate and the others get their weapons as they prepare to leave the studio. They open the door and fight back against the zombies. Blood splashes everywhere as they smash the heads of the shitty zombies. But some of them get eaten by the zombies. Kate passes out in the middle of the fight. Outside the building, Dave and his brother plan to enter the building to get Kate. The brother throws a bottle to misdirect the zombies, allowing them to pass through the street. The brother picks up a ring along the way. The two eventually manage to enter the building and walk through the stairs. The place is infested with zombies, and they get trapped in a room. To escape from the room, they use a cleaning machine to push away the zombies. After the door is free of zombies, they proceed to move forward. The two agents arrive in the hallway leading to the studio. They shoot at the zombies along the way and manage to reach the entrance of the studio. The partner hesitates to proceed with their mission. He feels that the agent is doing something evil. A zombie on the ground suddenly bites the partner, and the agent then shoots him to death. Kate wakes up in the studio, only to find most of the staff are gone. The assistant appears to be bitten and sick. She still insists on going out of the studio, but the manager already loses hope. Just then, the agent walks in and confronts her. Outside, Dave and his brother are chased down by the zombies. The brother holds the door to prevent the zombies, while Dave proceeds to the studio room. The brother hands over the ring to Dave, knowing he has plans to marry Kate. The zombies eventually manage to break into the door, and they eat the helpless brother. In the studio room, Kate hands over the flash drive to the agent, since the footage was already broadcasted. As he is about to attack her, Dave comes to the rescue. But he instantly knocks down Dave. She kicks him down, but he soon stands up. He admits that he is part of the terrorist organization, which is responsible for the virus outbreak. He says it's necessary to reduce the population, since it is already overpopulated on the planet. As he picks up the gun, she kicks him away. He then beats her face, and she takes a bite out of his hand. She picks up a metal tool. He approaches her again, and she instantly stabs him in the stomach, causing him to be disemboweled. He then dies and drops to the floor. She wakes up her boyfriend from the floor. The manager also wakes up, and the three of them run away. Dave gets scratched by the zombified assistant before leaving. Outside, the zombies eat the lady anchor and her smelly part, who is trying to escape. Kate, Dave, and the manager run into the newsroom. Inside, there is a secret passage leading to the basement, but it can only carry one person at a time. Kate rides it first and manages to land in the basement. After her, Dave rides it next as the manager decides to be left. Losing hope, the manager turns on the broadcast and leaves a message to his lover through a broadcast. The zombies soon manage to break the door, and the zombies feast on his body. In the basement, Kate and Dave reunite, but with no time for a hormone let go. The two walk out together. However, Kate notices her boyfriend is infected by the scratch. Dave proposes to her, and she instantly shoots him to death without shedding some crocodile tears. As she is trapped by the approaching zombies, she feels hopeless, prompting her to shoot herself. But the gun is out of bullets. In the end, she runs for her shitty life as fast as a Tesla bike in an attempt to survive her imminent death from the zombies. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.